Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I am friends with the IRS.
If you enjoy content like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. Now, let's get into today's court hearing, and trust me, this one's wild. We've got this absolutely unhinged girl in the top left who's in court for failing to pay $2,000 in fees. And her defense? She claims she's not a citizen and that God's law is above everyone else's, even though she's been caught shoplifting and pulling all kinds of crazy stunts. The whole thing is hilarious, especially with the judge's no-nonsense attitude as he reacts to her nonsense. In the end, he hands down a pretty fitting sentence, which honestly, she deserves. Big shout out to court nerds for the clip. I'll be jumping in here and there, but let's dive straight into this insane hearing and watch as both the attorney and the judge completely shut her down.
$2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today. Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time. Your Honor, I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
You want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship, 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged, or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written in the way that you accept it, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for a legitimation with Tariq Crump?
Ms. LaFleur, can you provide me your...
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not LaFleur. We're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur.
It's St. Fleur. Well, just were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law, and that's it.
She just said a whole lot of nothing, and honestly, I don't know how the judge managed to keep a straight face. Maybe it's because he's old and has seen it all, or maybe this girl is just on a completely different planet, but she's clearly delusional. I get that nobody likes being controlled by the government, and sure, the whole sovereign law idea might sound appealing in theory, but when you're literally shoplifting, refusing to pay fees, and breaking the law on purpose, that argument falls apart instantly. If she were being framed, I'd understand the fight, but no, she's just making excuses for her own crimes. You can see right through her nonsense. She either really is out of her mind or she's putting on an act, but honestly, I think she's just flat out crazy. At this point, she needs to be locked up and evaluated, because her mindset is beyond unbelievable. And the funniest part is how calm the judge stays through all of it, even though her defense is completely useless. This is the problem with people today: too much media, too much victim complex, and zero accountability. If you commit a crime, you own it. Simple as that. Anyway, let's dive into the second half of this clip where Judge Simpson finally lays down the hammer and gives her a well-deserved harsh sentence.
You have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's
Your
that
law-
$20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment. So I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't equal $2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not bared false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm going to find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40. Order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
no, I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And we'll send you a copy.
I honestly don't get what her plan was here. Did she really think she could walk into court, act crazy, and the judge wouldn't drop the hammer on her? Because that's exactly what happened. She clearly isn't in her right mind, and honestly, the sentence felt completely deserved. She got 6 months for refusing to pay $2,000 in court fees after shoplifting or whatever else she pulled, and she really brought it on herself. This right here is a textbook example of victim mentality. She's living in her own world, convinced she's untouchable. And let's be real, it's something we see way too often nowadays. People lean on this "I'm the victim" mindset and ride it endlessly, instead of taking responsibility, but credit where it's due. The judge handled this like an absolute pro. He stayed calm, collected, and didn't let her nonsense rattle him one bit. The man barely said a few words until the very end, but every word hit harder than her entire fake defense. Zero nonsense, just facts. Honestly, I wish more people carried themselves like that, less emotional outbursts, more logic and accountability. At the end of the day, she could have had a real defense, maybe walked out with just a heavier fine. Instead, she chose arrogance and smugness over common sense, and the judge saw right through it. 6 months behind bars was the result, and honestly, she earned it. Now, whether prison actually changes her is another story. Some people are just set in their ways, stuck in this narcissistic bubble where they think they're above everyone else. She seems like one of those people, but maybe reality checks like this can still break through. To wrap things up, if you stay out of trouble, you won't need to fake being crazy in court. People like this just refuse to admit when they've messed up, and instead, they play the victim card. That's pure nonsense. Most of the time, you're not a victim, you're just facing the consequences of your own choices. That's going to do it for my breakdown. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like and subscribe would mean the world. It really helps me out. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Was the sentence fair, or too harsh? Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.